So today I have the RV tech hat on because a customer called for a service call on their rig. It's a 2020 Grand Design Solitude. Just show you a picture side view of it. 2020 Grand Design Solitude fifth wheel. Need to clean their three things. So they need to clean the air conditioning units. There's water that's backing up into one, so it's not draining properly. So need to figure out why it's not draining properly. And then also 12 volt issues. They're having some fridges complaining about low volt DC, and the thing is battery related because they haven't done any maintenance on batteries since they bought it in 2020. And then also the control panel on the fridge, there's one button that's not working to change the temperature. Client says that some water got onto the control panel, so I'm guessing it probably got fried from that. So, but we'll get at it. We'll get up on the roof, check out these ACs, get them cleaned, and try to figure things out as we go. Let's go. All right, so we're up here on the roof, and you can see we got not one, but we got two AC units. And first thing I'm going to do is basically just do a walk around on the roof, just checking seals quickly for the customer, making sure that seals are still good. Just looking around, making sure that don't see any cracks, any issues like this here, which could potentially let water in. So we'll notify client about that. Looking at other areas, here's the other AC unit. So something to keep in mind, these front cap joints. This joint all along here, this is a very critical joint, and you want to make sure you have no places for water intrusion. Like, this is a cause for concern. Overall, it is in good shape. So again, here we are. We'll get these ACs opened up and we'll try to see if we can figure out what the problem is. So, got the cover off. One, you can see how dirty it is. A lot of leaves, a lot of debris. Dirt hasn't been cleaned. This is the problem AC, and just taking a look here. Here's the evap coil. Again, it's pretty dirty. This one is the one that has been serviced apparently, and I don't believe they put it back right, because even though it does have the foam, there is supposed to be room underneath here. You can see there's barely any on the other side. If you look, it's basically laying flat on the roof. It was either torqued too much or not done right. But there's the gap. So we're gonna get at it, get cleaning, and get this cleaned up for the customer, and then we'll get on to the second one. All right, so I've been talking to the client, and basically they had the whole roof replaced about a year ago. And from what I can see is when they replaced the roof and they put these ACs back on, at least this front one, I gotta check the back one still. When they put these ACs back on, they just tightened these ACs down as hard and as fast as they could. And so basically they compressed the gasket further than what it's supposed to be. And as a result, it's not able to properly drain from underneath and let the water out. So we're gonna go ahead and get a new gasket ordered for this, and then we'll be out to change it. And then that way the customer can get this air conditioner back in service. But for today, we're just going to go ahead and clean the evap coil and the condenser coil on this unit and then the back unit, and we'll move from there. All right, so here we got the first one cleaned out. Then I'm going to let the foam rinse. I'm going to try to soak up some of this water, and then we'll move on to the back one. Alright, now we're going to start on the condenser coils. So not too terribly dirty, but a lot of extra debris down here. We're gonna try to get some of that out and try to get this cleaned out. Good, we can button up this AC. Well, I need to rinse the condenser coil first, then I'll button it up and then we'll move on to the next AC. One AC done, one to go. And then we're on to this troubleshooting batteries and refrigerators. One more to clean. Check this out. Things you find in an air conditioner. Not one, but two froggies. Ooh. So we'll get this one cleaned up and buttoned up. Ooh, check out what I found on this one. Man, look at this, how nasty it is. I'm not sure what this jelly stuff is, but this is pretty bad. Let's see if we can get this cleaned up. Yeah, definitely gotta clean your ACs, people. Not sure why or what caused this, but ooh, pretty bad. Pretty nasty, pretty nasty, pretty nasty. Here is the evap coils after cleaning. Look at the difference. Way better, way better. You can actually breathe a bit better now. This is, they're supposed to look clean. Alrighty, that wraps up the roof segment. We got both ACs cleaned, this one and that one. That one we're gonna come back, do some service on. Potentially this one, depending on what the client says. And now we'll head down below, check the batteries, check the charging, see if the batteries are bad, see if make sure the converter is working. And we'll move from there. Alright, so we're at the front of the fifth wheel here in the storage compartment, and we got the two batteries here, 1 and 2. We're gonna go ahead and open those boxes up, have to remove a few screws, take a few stuff out, and we'll check these batteries, see if they're good. So I got the one battery accessible, took the caps off to check water levels. Here's the battery. Kind of hard to see water levels from where you are, but the water level is basically where it needs to be on this battery. So we'll check the other battery to see if that's low, and if that's fine, then we will test the batteries to see if they're still good or not. So when I test the batteries, I get 13.5 volts with the converter on. So I mean, they're charging, it's maintaining the charge on the batteries. When I turn the converter off, it drops down to 12.9, and I'm gonna wait a little bit here and see what it drops to. But if I go here, positive to negative, 12.8, so it's 12.8, 12.9. So we'll just give it a little bit with load because they have lights on and such, and let's see what it goes down to. Just give it a few minutes. All right, let's check now. It's been at least 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes since we've turned it off, and let's see, positive, negative, 12.7. It is holding, so battery should be fine. Yeah, interesting. So just update here. So tested both batteries. Both batteries, they're charging. We're getting the correct voltage. They're holding the right voltage. So they're not. They got the correct water levels. So the converter's charging. So batteries is good. Charging system is good. My guess is the fridge is coming up with that low DC error is because related to the button, the control button. That controls the temperature is not working because it had gotten some water on that control board. So I'm guessing that's just an intermittent error because the board got wet. So if we change that control board, that will fix that issue. So I'll have to get that priced out and work on getting that replaced for the customer. Alrighty, so that's a wrap for today. So just to sum up, what we did today is I got both AC units cleaned, discovered that one, but maybe both ACs need their gaskets replaced because they were incorrectly installed at the time of roof replacement. So that'll be a follow-up service call probably next week. And then I checked the batteries, both are good. Both are showing proper voltage with charging and are holding voltage when running on batteries, so they're good. Water levels are good. The refrigerator, it looks like that control board needs to be replaced, and I think that will take care of the remaining two issues with the low voltage and also getting that button to work. So we'll have to find that module, order it, and get it replaced for the customer. So again, this was a 2020 Grand Design Solitude fifth wheel. Here's a better picture from over here. So they've owned it since 2020. So again, it's just, some of it is just maintenance. You got to maintain these things. So some of it was incorrectly installation on a dealer's part. Shame on them. But we'll get this customer their fifth wheel back up in tip-top shape. So we'll see you all next time. This is Andrew from Faithful Journey RV Services.